Hello. Today we're going to talk about depression. I've received inquiries as to how do I work with depression. Number one, the people who come to us is family members who tell us my family member, my friend is depressed, either through their observation of how they're behaving or because the doctor has told them so. We do not declare anybody to be depressed at all. We're not doctors. But we do deal with the energies of depression. And we have identified approximately 80 or so energies that need to be made neutral so that the person is no longer in that space. My students and I, my mastery students and I follow the same protocol from which we get excellent results. And usually after the first session, people find a huge difference from where they were to the new being. And then what we do is, it doesn't matter if the person's in front of us, like here, like in a regular Zoom meeting, or if they're away and they're not aware this is happening. We will normally request their higher self permission. And then once we get that yes, then we will continue. If they say no, and we have in many cases at the beginning of it is no. So what we do is we interact with a family member and we ask the family member to ask for permission to proceed with the session. To the family member, often the answer is yes, you can do that. Because a family member, usually being a parent or somebody who they respect, they will not say no to. And that's how we proceed. You always ask for permission of the being. You don't just go ahead and do the process without their acknowledgement. After that, we will go ahead and do the session, remote session usually, and then we need to get feedback from the family member. The family member will go and visit them. It could be almost right away. It could be a couple days later. It doesn't matter. But they definitely notice a big difference from where they were to where they are now. Okay? The change is not that. The change is fast once we neutralize the person to those energies that we have identified to be the where the person is stuck. Now the reasons that we have found to be depression that these individuals had, we don't need to find out what the reason is, but if we do know what it is, then it's easier to go that path. It's faster, let's say, versus testing yes or no as to whether that's what's impacting them. So in some cases, it's been about losing a relationship or not being in a relationship anymore with a person, and they just feel that it's futile to go on, that there's no future per se, because all the could've, should've, would've's kind of go with that relationship, and now they're stuck in that place. Depression is the biggest stuckness it is. Or it could be also that we just don't know what it is. If we don't know, then we just go ahead and go through the entire protocol, and then testing to see yes or no. Does it include this? Does it include that? If we find something that it is, and then we continue to ask, and then we just get the person to neutral. When you are neutral to something, you are like a screen door in the middle of a raging river. Water just goes through it. But when you are solid to something, which is what happens when you're depressed, then you get swept away with your emotions. And the being swept away with your emotions is not always the good place, which is what depression is about, the stuckness of it. Okay? So getting you to neutral is the best place that you can be. And then you can just let the water go through you. And that's why whenever you solidify a point of view, like the point of view could be, I'm never going to find it, I'm never going to be in another relationship again. I'm never going to get married. I'm never going to have the kids. I'm never going to, on and on and on and on. So that's a solidification. But once we get you to neutral, then you're like a screen door in the middle of a raging river. Nothing takes you away from it. And that's how we deal with it. If you have any more questions, drop me a message. Thank you. Bye.